Hello, let's do Wordle for Friday, January 30th. Let's play. And we spun the wheel yesterday. It said to start with climb. And for those who hadn't seen my separate video announcement, starting February 2nd, which is a Monday, they're going to start potentially repeating answers. So starting February 2nd, we can't depend on, oh, that's been the answer before. So no, we don't have to worry about that word. We especially for traps, we can no longer like memorize the words that have already been that trap. All right. I don't really know exactly how that's going to surface and how often they'll repeat, but we do have to worry about it now. Half of all the 5-letter words that have a B start with B. So we're going to put B first. It's actually more than half. It's like 60 something percent. Anyway, where are we putting this M though? Are we ending in M? Like maybe like a BR word, and then the M would have to go at the end. Broom. I don't like repeating the O, but like, I don't think we have too many words left, to be honest, with just those two yellows. Oh, okay. So this is one of the, 30 something percent of words that don't start with B. Let's see. So there's one O. We learned that there's exactly one O because we got a gray O second. If there had been two O's, that second O would also have a color other than gray. So what are we doing here? MOB? Mob. It seems unlikely to do this, right? Like there's the word tomb and comb, but those are 4-letter words. This is a weird word. Okay. Okay, it's not ombre today because there's no R, but that's a fun one. I don't remember if we had that before. M. I mean, it feels like an MOB word. Maybe I just missed something. I don't think it's MOUB, MOAB. I just don't see how that would work. It could be double B, Mobby. Or I guess it could be like, oh, the O can't go here. That's the thing. Mambo? I just thought about O at the end, and Mambo just popped out. The dance? Let's try it. No. Okay. Combo's also gone. Well, we know there's not two O's. So the second letter is almost certainly okay. So it is that MB there. I just didn't think of O at the end, but I don't know what this word is. So sorry, too many things going on in my head at once. The main thing is what's the vowel, right? There's a vowel second, almost certainly. So as a result, we know it's not the O because we already tried two O's with broom. We also know it's not the A or the I because those are gray. So it's an E or a U, maybe a Y. Is tembo a word? Gumbo? Wait. I could have sworn we just had gumbo. I guess we'll try it anyway because I don't know. Okay. I guess we just had gumbo. Maybe Dumbo. Is there anything else? Because we're on guess 5 now. Would it be Dumbo? Like, is that even a word? Okay. The first letter can't be a B. We know we don't repeat the M. So and also it's gray on the first thought. So it's not a B. It's not an M. I don't think we can't repeat the O. We're definitely not repeating the U. So we don't have to worry about repeat letters here. We cannot repeat a letter in the first spot. So Q W E T P Pumbo Sumbo Dumbo. I think it might have to be Dumbo. Humbo? Jumbo. Ooh. I kind of like Jumbo. Zumbo, Vumbo, Numbo. I'm going to go Jumbo first, and if it's not that, I'll go Dumbo, because I think it's just those two. All right, it was just Jumbo. I don't know if Dumbo, we'll see from the bot whether the bot thinks Dumbo's an answer or not. Ooh, tough one. I had remembered, we had Gumbo really recently, didn't we? If I'd remembered that, I might have just skipped it and tried Jumbo instead, but it didn't occur to me that Umbo had multiple options. I should have. I should have. Anyway, before we do anything else, let's spin the wheel and see what tomorrow's starting word will be. Okie dokie. It is whoop, suggested by Greg Frey. So if you're following along, start with whoop, and we might learn something interesting about the O's. You never know. All right. Well, let's do some analysis here. So I'm going to go here, pull out the Wordle. Our answer was jumbo. Hard mode. Started with climb. So there were only 18 words left with that yellow MB. I was right. There just weren't all that many. Amber, bosom, bream, broom. So how many of these start with B? It's actually a very low percentage starting with B, which is interesting. Because overall, a lot of them, like over 60%, start with B. But once we introduce that M, suddenly we don't want to start with B anymore. That's really interesting. Umbra is always fun. That's shadows. So Umbra is what it suggests. I went broom. Is that in the list? It did not like broom. All right. Broom. Broom was at 2.444. These are all, almost all of these are tied for 2.333. All right. Anyway, let's put broom back. So now we're down to gumbo, jumbo, and mambo, and I did them. So it does not think, so it would have accepted Dumbo, but it doesn't think Dumbo would be an answer. Also, Mumbo is accepted as well, but I wasn't going to guess that because I already did Mambo. So I did Mambo, which is not the one to do. I needed to do Gumbo or Jumbo in order to get it in guaranteed 3 or 4. So that was a bad guess. I'm going to get a bad skill score on that one. And then I went for the word that was already the word, and then Jumbo. Okay. It would have done Umbra. And now it's down to 4 words: bumpy, buxom, gumbo, and jumbo. Buxom, I should say. And so it says go for gumbo or jumbo because they get each other. And then you can tell the difference between these two based on the M placement. So if we know that gumbo's been the answer before, then we'll do jumbo. Let me just double check that. I'm going to pull up a list of previous Wordle answers and just see if I'm right about gumbo being the answer before. Yeah, gumbo has been the answer before. I don't know the date, but there's an interesting coloring here. Just swap these and you've got gray, yellow, green. All right, well, let's look at tails. It's suggested start. Crump. And then it goes gumbo here. And then jumbo. Interestingly, gumbo, it doesn't say jumbo is as good as gumbo. There must be a G somewhere that, yeah, muggy is the reason. All right, so we could get it. So this is the bot gets it in 4, guaranteed. All right, and then steel's gonna be the same because it's all gray still. So next we're gonna do a DU, the most popular starting word. We just have a U here. We don't know where it goes. We go court, try to find it and get the O. Now from here we have 6 words left, and you could go fungo, gumbo, or jumbo, and you will get it. So it could be in 3. Or we'd go something like gumbo jumbo or fungo jumbo. All right, audio. Oh, it has the U and the O in place. That's really interesting. We go gusto. And from there, we could go burrow and then jumbo. So it could be anywhere from 3 or 4. That's an interesting result from audio, though. That's a fun one. That's a head scratcher. Stare, another popular starting word. It's all gray, so we go munch. And then probably something like dumpy. We could get jumbo in 3. There's a chance. They're all tied for 2.4. We could do gumbo jumbo. That would get it in 4. Dumpy still leaves gumbo jumbo. And so does dummy. So you could get this unlucky and get it in 5. But it's probably a 4 given all these. Okay, and Trace tries to get in 2. I doubt it does today. Nope, we go flush, dumpy, something like this, 4 or 5. And then finally, place. Place is all gray. This is what the official bot starts with. I believe it goes roast next. This bot likes snort. It doesn't even like roast all that much. It's not even in the top 10. Snort. And then, oh no, roast is when you have the A. I can't remember what it goes. Does it go any of these? I can't remember. I guess we'll find out. So snort, and then it just gets gumbo and then jumbo. So it gets a guaranteed 4 here. All right. Well, let's pull up the official bot. First thing I'm going to do is grab a screenshot so we're able to analyze non-hard mode. Save this. It was jumbo, right? Yeah. I've said gumbo and jumbo so many times, I don't trust myself on what the answer actually was. Okay, it gave me an 86 skill. I think it's going to really ding me for that. Guess 4. 51 luck, 5 steps. 4.4 is our average, which is pretty high. So how many start with climb? 78 others so far have started with climb. Bream being the most popular follow-up. Very interesting. I don't know what bream is. Let's look that up. Find bream. Bream, a greenish bronze, deep bodied freshwater fish native to Europe. Wait, isn't bream something that we talked about like yesterday? Maybe it was on people's minds. All right, broom, maybe, bumpy, amber, bombs, mambo, jumbo. Wow, getting jumbo in 2. Congrats. Bumps, umbra. Okay. Umbra is what this bot would go. I believe it's also what the official, what my other bot did. So it gave me a 69 for mambo because there were the jumbo or gumbo guarantees a solution. Mambo does not. We're still down to gumbo jumbo, and I get unlucky. So actually getting unlucky improved my skill score considerably because I got 299s instead of 199. All right, it goes place roust, right? Roust, and then jumbo. So it gets a 3. Okay. Jumbo at 0.3. Are there people who start with jumbo? Interesting. Because 0.2 is the usual cheater rate. So it's possible we have a 0.1% of people starting with jumbo, but that seems unlikely to me. So it could just be a higher cheater rate today. All right. 3.1% going cloud second. Oh, it's because of stair cloud. Stair cloud pinky is the popular 3 would start. So I think there's a lot of people even in hard mode. If you get all grays on stair, they just go cloud next. Jumbo's at 2.2. Now it's at 13.7, 46.7. 79.3, 95.3. Wow, that's pretty low. 95.3% solve rate. This is turn 6. People are losing on mumbo, gumbo, dumbo, bumbo, and rumbo. Yikes. Lots of umbos. Most of these are not on the answer list, though. Dumbo, bumbo, and rumbo are not. And I don't think mumbo is either. No, it's not. So just not thinking of jumbo. Just like it's pretty common to just ignore the J for what it's worth. All right. Let's refresh and analyze in regular mode. It's going to be even madder about my guesses, I'm sure. Give me an 83 skill. Okay. So, interestingly, Bream does not show up as high in this regular mode with 304 readers, starting with Climb. We've got Broom is the most popular. So I'm not the only one who thought of Broom, that's for sure. Bombs. Why bombs? Maybe Bream, Bumpy, Amber, Bumps, Beams, Tombs, and Euros. It's weird that Bombs is the second most popular follow-up. It's just Euros, by the way. So it does a filler second. All right. And it really didn't like this one. Give me a 68 this time instead of 69. So is there something in between? Great and glare and large and all these are 68s. All right. Anyway. Slate Crony Bipod Jumbo. Okay. Jumbo's at 0.4. That's a pretty common cheater rate for regular mode. Jumbo's at 2.2. Cloud is at 2.8. 11.1, 37.4, 70.3, 91%. Wow, 91% is low. People losing on the same things. Mumbo, gumbo, bumbo, dumbo, buxom, rumbo, yummo, buffo. Humor, losing on humor. Mummy, what the heck? Quote? I think some people are just losing on purpose with these words. I don't know. All right, well, how'd you do? And that is it for Wordle. Hope you enjoyed it. There is a link at the end of the video that'll take you right to the New York Times games. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.